It's listen and react. And
Hmm.
yes, we happen to know what all the lines are going to be,
Right. Right.
And if you're in a play, you certainly have you get to a point where you're like, I can memorize the other actors' lines too. We've done this
Mm.
so many times. But it's listening and reacting and almost this having this hope or this expectation that it's actually going to be something new
Mm.
every time.
Welcome, everybody, to Casting for Two, the podcast, as always, hosted by me, Chris. Welcome, everybody, to episode number 572 of the podcast. Happy September. Today's the first day of September. How exciting. I can't think of any reason why September would be super cool. But yeah, welcome everybody. If you'd like to keep up with everything that I do and all that good stuff, the socials, where the podcast is available, Casting for Two is the perfect place to go to, castingfor2.com. I took care of the hard work, so you're welcome. I feel like I have to talk about my guest today. I don't feel like it. I know I have to because she's an amazing person. Neagheen Homaifar is on the podcast, and we just had a lovely chat. She's an educator who went into the acting world, and I just enjoyed so much of this chat. And now I'm starting to ramble because I want you all to listen to it, okay? So everybody, get ready for a phenomenal chat. Neagheen is such a wonderful person. So sit back, relax, and Neagheen, take it away.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Neagheen. How are you?
I'm doing well. Should I keep my video off? Is yours going to be off?
Mine's gonna be off. You can have it on, off, whichever.
I'll take mine off. I
Yeah.
find like I like to feel like I'm in the same room with someone, but I get it. I'll tell you that.
This podcast began as a no video kind of thing, and there's only
Yeah.
been one hostile person
No.
who
No. What do you mean?
refused to chat with me unless I turned the camera on, and I'm like, all right, I guess.
Oh.
And
And then how did it go?
it went fine.
You're like, it was the best interview I've ever done.
you know, it wasn't the worst, and
Okay.
that's saying that it went bad. It wasn't bad either, but
Yeah.
it was just that weirdness of what happened in your past to warrant this. I don't know, demand. So
Yeah, this is like lack of trust here. But it's
yes.
so weird. It's like most of the conversations that I have now, I will say most of them are video based.
Hmm.
I see a face. And what a weird thing, because just a few years ago, I had so many conversations, on the phone for
Right.
work, for things where I never saw a person's face and I would just make up what I thought they were looking like. And now even with my family, like very regularly we're FaceTiming.
Yeah.
We're not just having a phone conversation. So, well, expectations have shifted.
Right. And we did grow up with the phone calls and stuff like that,
The
and now
telephone.
yeah, is
Yeah,
that what it was
yeah.
called? No. And it is always weird to just be like, oh, I can just look at you while we talk. And
Yeah.
part of me is
Mhm.
just kind of thinking, like, why? You're just gonna watch me staring at my computer or watching TV. Not right now,
Oh,
currently,
see,
but
yep. This is what I'm trying to avoid, Chris, is keeping your attention.
yeah, no, I learned from an early point, and it's
Uh-huh.
mainly watching my friends who would stream their conversations. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're not even with the guest. You're not there with them. Sure, you're
Oh.
talking, but you're chatting, you're looking online, you're looking on socials, you're not in it.
Mm.
So
Hmm.
when
Yeah. It's giving
yeah,
you away.
yes, and so when I'm here, I'm here.
Yeah.
I don't really
Yeah.
have
I
anything
appreciate that.
open. Of course, it's
Hmm.
you know to sound presumptuous. It's part of my process that I go through. Um,
Yes. Oh, absolutely. It's like how you get in the zone.
exactly, and I'm all about in the zone because I don't know. I feel like acting, yeah, is similar in the sense that you have your own zone that you go to.
Hmm.
Correct?
Hmm. Absolutely. Yeah.
What's that like for you? What is
What's
your zone?
what is my zone? It's different for each character.
Mm,
And it really depends on, gosh, it depends on um, whether I'm doing theater
mm.
or I'm doing an episode of television or a scene of a movie. Because with theater, it feels gentler. Like
Oh,
getting
okay.
into the zone, if I'm lucky enough to have a role where the characters, you know, identity and emotional state are being unraveled on stage,
Mm-hmm.
and not unraveled in like she's crazy, but like we are sharing it over time. She has time to develop that feeling. Then it is very gentle because everything that happens in the play, in the story, between the characters is informing where she's at.
Mm-hmm.
And so it can be in some ways quite organic to
Mm-hmm.
get into that zone, because all it takes in some ways is just being, like you said, just here
Mm-hmm.
or there with my scene partner
Mm-hmm.
and just listening and not thinking about anything else. Whereas with television, I mean, Sight, this movie that just came out
Mm.
last couple of weeks ago, when I read the script, one of the scenes, um, a little bit of a spoiler, but one of the scenes has Anavan, my character, on the floor
Mm-hmm.
of a physics lab, gasping for air
Mm.
because she's just suffered kind of this huge explosion. You don't
Mm-hmm.
know if she dies or not, which is kind of besides the point, but she's suffering in that moment, and she's communicating something really important
Mm-hmm.
in that moment. And so it's not like I had a whole range of time
Right.
to come up with where she's at. No, she's just suffered something physically awful, and she has to get something off her chest. And so that process of getting into the zone took for me studying.
Okay.
I had to look up basically like, okay, what is it like to undergo that kind of burn?
Yeah.
To what is it like for somebody to be under that kind of physical pain, but also still alive enough to speak and to communicate? And so that is research,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's putting myself into the whatever emotional circumstance I think she's in. So that one a little bit feels a little bit more technical
Mm.
than it does experiential, because I'm not trying to pretend
Right.
either
Right.
that like I know what it feels like to have a third degree burn. Right, there are some things that I think are a little bit too dangerous maybe to try to experience as an actor for the
Right.
art, or maybe it's not so relevant. And so what are the other things I can do to not
Right.
abuse myself?
Right. Yeah. I wouldn't know how to react if I, you're like, okay, react like you just had a third degree burn. Ow. Ah, it's hot.
Ow,
Yeah.
ouch,
Ow.
ouch.
I need a band-aid. Like what? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool though, that, you were able to, um, do the research, and channel.
And channel, yes.
I guess that's what good
It's
actors do.
funny. My husband
Hmm.
walks in on me um, doing this research,
Mm.
and he is, this research is kind of gruesome,
Yeah.
right? I'm looking up gruesome things,
Yes.
and there's audio, and he walks in into the house and I'm listening to this stuff on YouTube. And he's
Mm.
like, "What is happening? What's going on? Are you well?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, honey. I've been putting off this research because I'm nervous about it, but
Right.
now we're gonna do 3 hours of it back to back.
You want to join? Nah.
Yeah, I can put this on airplay. We can do it together." Yeah.
I'm gonna go walk the dog. We don't have a
Yeah,
dog. I'll find one. It'll be
I'll
fine.
find one.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's so funny because I mean, so stuff like that. I come from a nursing household where my mom's a nurse, and a
Oh,
police
yeah.
household where my dad was a police officer. So
Yes, you were always
stuff like
a
that,
household
oh my
of civil
gosh,
servants, basically.
yes, and stuff like that, I'm immune to, I should say. I don't want to say I'm dead.
Mm.
I'm dead to like the gruesomeness, but I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, let's find out.
It's a fact of life. Right.
Yeah, it's my parents. They didn't. Okay, these are things that can happen. Like, oh, okay, whatever. And so I just grew just like my mom for the longest time watched the Dr. Pill Popper, Pimple Popper. I
Oh,
mean,
oh, yes.
and
Oh, see,
so
I have my limits. I have my limits, Chris.
yeah, see stuff like that. I'm just like, okay, whatever. They're just popping
Yeah,
pimples, whatever. And
right.
my girlfriend is just like, ew,
Hmm.
don't show me. What? It's just it popped up in my Facebook algorithm, which is trash. But I it's there. Why not?
It's there,
Um,
right.
but then you talk to true crime about it with my girlfriend, and she's all in it. I'm like, what's the difference?
Isn't that funny? Yeah, exactly. You're like, you're more comfortable with humans inflicting pain. I
right.
mean, that's what it is. It's humans inflicting pain on each other in very different ways. One
Hmm.
of them is consensual,
Hmm.
the pimple popping, and the other one isn't. So
Right.
I get it. I can understand where she's coming from.
But I don't know. And so
Yeah.
just kind of I want to take a step back, and
Okay.
I'm always interested when people get bit by the bug. And
Oh,
in
yeah.
your case, when did the acting bug get you?
You're like, when did you become inflicted
Yes.
with this pain of acting?
Yes.
Uh,
What had happened?
it was later in life, my friend.
Hmm.
I went through my entire childhood. I went through college. I
Hmm.
went through my 20s,
Hmm.
all before I realized I wanted to be an actor.
Hmm.
Um, and I came into acting because of improv. I think
Oh,
that's
yes.
really when I first kind of had that feeling where like the whole body high
Mm.
of oh, what it feels like to create something instantaneously with other people,
Yeah.
right? And like doing it with other people, especially with improv, you don't know where it's going to go. That
Right.
was so thrilling. I loved that. And improv came to me because my now husband, then boyfriend, he got me a series of improv classes. We were living in San Francisco,
Mm.
where improv is amazing, and he got me a series of classes. He was like, "I think you're gonna love this,"
Yeah.
and I was so excited. I was like, "I think I am too." And I didn't realize what it was I was getting into, but really, I mean, I had a very, very serious job at that time. I was working in education. I was helping
Mhm.
build a university, and it was stakes felt high in terms of like we were building um we were having young people
Mm.
decide to come to our university instead of a place like Harvard. Right? They were
Oh,
making big decisions, big,
yeah.
their first adult decision. And so it felt like we had a lot of responsibility. Things weren't life or death, but right, we had a big responsibility to deliver something excellent
Mhm.
to people that put uh, 4 years of their lives in our hands. So
Yeah.
life was serious in a way, and
Yeah.
improv was such a release
Yeah.
and so amazing because I was like, oh, adults can play. And I am naturally, I am a playful person. I'm a
Yeah.
middle child who was always performing for my family. Like humor is my love language.
Mm.
But that had never shown up in a professional way for me. And so when I started doing improv, I think I just realized, oh, this can be just a regular part of my life. In such a interesting way to be creative
Yeah.
too. And that's, I think, when I was first bit by the bug.
I love that. I like I've never taken improv.
Oh,
But
Chris, you must.
I know if I do, it's gonna be over for me as far as just
You'll
I
never see your girlfriend again.
no, and it's one of those things. I have friends that went through the growlings, and
Yeah.
I always ask them, could I make it? Could I do?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, of course. Like, I don't know why you're asking me this.
Questioning it.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and in my head, I'm like, okay, I am good enough. That's good enough for me, But
Oh, that's so funny. It's like achievement based.
yeah, but actors, acting, theater is huge in this household. And I'm
Mm,
always
okay.
just kind of, me being the acting hack. I'm just like, I
Hmm.
feel like improv should be just taught as a staple of acting classes. That just should be
Yeah,
incorporated, because
I I agree with you.
right, it's like the whole point is to listen and react, and that's what you're trying to
Right.
do as an actor while trying to convince people that something that's the
Yes.
truth.
And you just made me think about, yes, it's listen and react. And
Hmm.
yes, we happen to know what all the lines are going to be, you
Right,
know?
right.
And if you're in a play, you certainly have you get to a point where you're like, I can memorize the other actor's lines too. We've done this
Mm.
so many times. But it's listening and reacting and almost this having this hope or this expectation that it's actually going to be something new
Mm.
every
Hmm.
time,
Right.
and being open to, oh, they might take it in a different direction because of the way they say it, because of the
Right.
fact that they're not looking me in the eye this time when
Right.
they say it. So what's that going to mean? And so, yeah, it's an amazing way to, I feel like, one, get ourselves out of being automatrons
Yes.
and just moving through life, like just assuming we know how everything's going to go. And it brings so much delight. I mean, I think I became a happier person when I started doing improv, and more. I was already, I think, a little bit of a risk taker,
Mm.
but I think this gave me a confidence to be more, to bring it into my life even more, and
Hmm.
to trust it, to trust that, like, whatever the decision was, it wasn't good or bad. It was just, and now we respond to the next
Right.
set
Right.
of reality that we've built, right? It's not about judging it. It's about just like uh, dealing with it.
Right. Right. And yeah, I'm. It's it's so funny because me, I went to film school, and that was, even though, am I doing film to this day? Not really, but it was still one of the most memorable and gratifying experiences I've ever had. Just
Wow.
because when it came to school, I always felt like I was just there. I was hanging out. Just
Okay.
I
Mm-hmm.
do my work every once in a while, but
Mm-hmm.
but the idea of, and now I'm older. I have my niece and nephew going to these special schools, these STEM schools, these
Yeah.
the arts schools, and
Specialized. Exactly. Yeah.
I'm just like, where was this when I was growing up? Because I would have loved to
Mm-hmm.
done, some sort of um, a film, acting, like whatever
Yeah.
pathway, I guess they
Mm-hmm.
call them. But also, it's just kind of scary because I'm like, wow, so they're locking these kids in what they want to do now.
Mm.
And
Yeah, which is
yeah,
actually the way most of the world's education systems work, is that
yeah,
they get pretty career specific very early. It doesn't mean that people stay in them, but yeah,
right.
they're like coming out of high school with, a much more specialized education.
Right. Oh
Um,
man. I think about when I got out of school and what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a teacher. That was kind of
mhm,
my whole thing,
mhm.
because I felt like I had teachers that weren't good early on in
Yeah,
my
okay.
life. So I wanted to be a better
Hmm.
teacher. And
Okay.
and you know,
Yeah.
I whittled it down to history because I love history. I love
Hmm.
American history, like real American history, not not watered down. But that's kind of what I like. And then
Okay.
I took a history class, and I was like, man, I'm this isn't what I want to do. I love the history part, but again, I don't know. And
Teaching it wasn't, yeah,
yeah,
maybe
and
for
I
you.
would skip class to go in the cafeteria and write scripts. Um,
Wow.
and that's when it kind
It's
of dawned.
amazing.
It dawned on me like, oh, this is something you want to do.
Hmm.
Okay, so luckily I had supportive parents.
How amazing. You had this insight so early in life. It took me a long time to get there. Like I hearing you talk about like what you wanted to be when you were a kid
Mm,
makes me think about, yeah, what the things I said I wanted to be when I
mm-hmm,
was a kid and how funny they were because when I was in kindergarten,
mm,
I started saying, I want to be a gynecologist.
mm.
I used that word. I don't know where I learned it, but I want to be a gynecologist. And I'm sure I kept saying it because I was getting really interesting responses back,
Yeah,
like kids, like you laugh and then they'll say the same joke over and over again.
yeah,
And I think that may have been part of what happened. I was like, I want to be a gynecologist.
yeah.
I loved babies. I thought that that's what a gynecologist focused on,
Mm.
and it isn't. My sister is actually an OBGYN now, and turns out babies aren't what she's focused on, but that's what I wanted to be,
Yeah.
right? And then I wanted to be a diplomat. And
Mm.
then I wanted to be an international lawyer. And I
Yes.
realized that, like, oh, maybe part of what informed what I wanted to be was television and what
Mm.
I was seeing people do. Like now, as a grown ass adult, I'm like, oh, I just watched the practice
Mm.
and thought, I want to be a lawyer. Like maybe I just wanted to be the actor,
Yeah.
not the actual lawyer. Because when I
Yes.
went in to do the internships, I certainly didn't find it as, exciting
Yeah. Yeah. I
as
I
the
wanted I
as what
want to
I
be
saw on
Sam
television.
Worthington. That's what I want to
Yeah,
do. That sounds
right.
like a good job for me.
I think, and that makes me think similar to the way that like you thought you wanted to be a teacher after you saw what you saw,
Mm.
how people teach. Like when you see something, it does make it possible,
Yeah.
right? When you see someone doing something and for whatever reason you feel like either like you could do it better or it feels accessible in some way,
Hmm.
it is amazing to be like, oh, and so now I can do that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's a big part of like what your niece and nephew, them being able to go to these specialized school, they're seeing so many examples of people doing the thing that they're currently interested in.
Right.
And what a cool way, what a cool like confidence building way to go through life, being like, yeah, the thing I'm interested in can actually be a career, or it can just be an interest that I
Right.
explore, and that's enough.
You're
I
right.
feel like that's like being an actor
Mm.
is like, oh, I'm interested, for the next few months in physics
Mm.
and what being a scientist, what like that time of history, the 1970s is like. And
Oh,
so
okay. Yeah.
I get to now study
Mm.
that part of history. And then in a few months, I get to be an English teacher,
Mm.
and based out of Iran. So I get to study what it's like to be an English teacher, right? It's like having a lot of different careers in a single year.
Yeah, man. I just like hearing the amount of research that somebody has to do or that you do for act like
Mhm.
that has to be so much fun. I
It's
hear
so much
I
fun.
hear
Yes.
research and I get excited. I go, ooh, okay, yay,
Yes.
yay! I get just like where's the rabbit holes? I'll go down them.
Oh my
Um,
gosh. Yeah. 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 You need somebody to hold you back sometimes. Like
yeah,
I'm indulging my own curiosity and I'm
yeah.
not now I've moved away from what's relevant to the to the script.
Well, so has there ever been a point where you're doing the research, you're getting
Hmm.
you're getting lost in everything, you're doing the role. Has there ever been a point where they say cut? That's or you're on the theater.
Hmm.
Uh, Stop acting. I don't know what they say in the theater world. But and you just go, I have this person that I created, and now I have
Hmm.
to let them go. How do I do that? Have you ever had that moment?
Oh, like at the end of the process, have I had a
Yes.
moment where it's been hard to let that person go?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I just had that actually
Mm.
earlier this year. I was in Cincinnati for a couple of months working on a play called English.
Mm.
And we have 7 or 8 shows a week.
Mm.
And not only did you just spend one whole month working on this world and this character and this group of people, but
Mm.
then you spend 8 shows, 7, 8 shows a week
Mm.
performing it in front of an audience. And so, yeah, it's very sad. It's very, very sad to say goodbye
Yeah.
to a group. I mean, sometimes honestly, if theater feels like a little bit of a death,
Mm.
like and I think there is a grieving process of like saying goodbye to this whole world that you inhabited so much,
Mm.
so frequently, and then you leave. And so, yeah, when it was done, the month after, it took a few weeks for sure. Like I had the blues, baby,
Mm.
um, where I was sad that I wasn't able to keep going with her. And actually, what's exciting for me is that now in about a month or so, I'm gonna have my second go at this character. I'm doing the play English in at Theater Works in Hartford and then at Long Wharf in New Haven, and I
Oh.
get to do this play again. And I've never done a play twice
Oh. Okay.
or
Okay.
or a character twice, and so I'll report back and let you know what it feels like to like bring her back from the dead.
Yeah, you're resuscitating this character. You got the paddles out, and you're
Exactly.
just like live.
Exactly.
Oh
Exactly.
wow.
Live. You have a second chance. But I think that's going to be very interesting because I
Yeah.
thought that I had, put her to rest. It took a few weeks
Hmm.
um, to just like to say goodbye. But then I get to now see what is she like now because it's a completely different cast and creative team. And
Hmm.
so she has to be different,
Oh yes, yeah,
right? She
yeah.
has to react to a different vibe. But yeah, it can be, I think for me, it feels like the longer I spend with a character, the longer it can take to move away from them. But
Mm.
I've also played characters where they had a very hard life
Mm.
in the play. And so I was quite happy to be done,
Yeah.
right?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I was like, this is really very emotionally taxing. I played one role where my character, her husband is kidnapped by terrorists
Oh
and her baby is at risk of being kidnapped as well. And so, like, she lives a very hard life in the play.
yeah.
And the emotional stakes are so high, and your brain can't make a distinction between real and abstract fear.
Right.
And
Right.
so, doing that to your body 7 or 8 times a week ain't healthy.
Right.
And so you have to have ways to like come down from that and make sure that you tell your body that you're okay, tell your body and your mind,
Yeah.
and they work, but it takes a toll. And so some roles I'm like, I love you, and now I'm done with you.
I love you. I hope you find your husband, and goodbye.
Exactly. I wish you well. I wish you well.
Well, and
Right.
so uh, the thing that I'm fascinated, you mentioned that you've done uh, shows 7 to 8 shows a week.
Hmm.
How how do you keep it fresh for yourself?
Yeah, that's a really, I think that's a really important intention
Yeah.
to set is how can I keep this fresh? And actually, the last director I worked with, Kimberly Senior,
Hmm.
um, she had a really cool way of helping us keep it fresh in rehearsal that she encouraged us to take on into the run of the play, which was every day she gave us a target.
Mm.
And she said, today we're gonna, we started going through the play from start to finish very, very early in the rehearsal process. And she was like, every day I'm gonna give you a target.
Mm.
For example, um, the target today is for your character to be their own best advocate.
Mm.
Um, tomorrow your target is for your character to find the fun.
Mm.
So very, different goals, different targets, but all you had to do was just that one target. You're not trying to do all the things every single day, but when
Mm.
you focus on that target, what do you discover? What's new that you want to kind of keep? What There's tons of stuff that you don't want to repeat, right? But the
Right.
point is for there to be discovery. And that was such a brilliant um, way for all of us to keep it fresh and
Mm.
to kind of go through the play with eyes open, just looking for the new and not expecting kind of the same old thing.
Mm.
And that's certainly going into the work that I continue doing. I'm going to take this concept of like a daily target in with me um, to keep it fresh.
Gotcha. Okay. That's so interesting because then my brain goes, wow, so the way that you play a character is going to be very different
Hmm.
from night 1 to night 2. And that's
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
in a certain way, not totally like,
Anyway, yeah,
hey, now
exactly.
now I'm tough and from the Bronx, whatever.
Right,
No,
right,
no,
right,
no.
right.
It's like there's going
Yes,
to be a
but you'll
subtle
see nuance.
difference. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
That's why I always recommend if you're like, if you have a theater in your town that you
Mm.
support, uh, see the play twice. See it at the beginning and at the end. You'll
Mm.
see different things. Not only does the cast their chemistry just naturally grows over time,
Yeah.
but they discover new things.
Hmm.
And the what happens on night one is often feels different than
Mm.
what happens in that third week or the last. So see a play twice. That's my recommendation.
No, I love that. And again, we come from a theater family here, and my
Hmm.
girlfriend, she loves the show Hairspray, and she saw that
Yeah.
when it was coming and
Uh-huh.
touring, and she
Okay.
went to a local production of it and was
Uh-huh.
just like, oh my gosh, uh the amount of local talent was just, she was
Yeah.
just impressed.
Yeah, I bet there's so many amazing actors
Yeah.
all around the country. And it is really it can be surprising. I agree. To be like, oh wow, all the talent isn't in New York City. All the talent isn't in this small neighborhood in LA, and you're like, oh yeah, of course. It's impossible for it to all be there.
So for the well, before I ask my final question,
Hmm.
I want to know, for the people at home who'd like to keep up with you, follow you online,
Yeah.
check out a show that you're doing, any of that good stuff, where can they do all that?
Okay, my address is, no, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
Um,
P.O. Box. No.
exactly. You can find me on my socials at Neagheen at Neagheen. And if you are in Hartford, Connecticut, or if you're in New Haven, Connecticut, you can see me in English in October 2025 and January 2026.
Hmm.
And if you come see the show, please stay and say hello. It usually takes, it's funny, people come in. I've had a few friends come to see me in a play, and they were like, well, you didn't come out immediately, so I figured like you had left. I was like, no, I had to get out of my costume and take all the junk off my face. Wait 15 minutes
Yeah, that
so we
yes.
could say hi, you know?
That's the whenever because my girlfriend's a theater teacher, and whenever
Oh, she knows. Yeah.
she knows, and I'm always the one that waits around for her. And then she comes back.
Yeah.
Oh, where's my parents? Where's your parents? Oh, they're gone. They left.
They're gone. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So,
exactly. So yeah, you can find me at Neagheen. You can see me in Theater Works Hartford or Long Wharf in New Haven, and you can check out Site, Site,
mm,
the sci-fi thriller that I talked a little bit about on Apple TV and Amazon Prime.
perfect, perfect. And I had the or I had the chance to watch the trailer, and it's very
Oh,
interesting,
uh-huh.
very mind bending.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I'm sure I'll be watching that.
Oh my gosh, if you're a history buff,
Yeah,
you're gonna really appreciate the historical elements. It's
yay.
like there's World War II history
Oh,
in the movie that's fascinating. It covers a piece of history that I actually I know nothing about.
hmm.
So when, we talk about research, that was fascinating to me. I'm like, oh my God, how did I go through life not
Yeah.
knowing this? But
Oh,
there's a lot to know.
yeah.
So
There we go. There we go. But my last question that I want to ask you, and there's never a right or wrong answer, but there is, and I already have it in my no. So to you, what
Mhm.
makes a perfect role?
Oh, a perfect role
Hmm.
for me
Hmm.
at this stage of my life
Hmm.
is a role that allows me to bring my humor
Mm.
out, that is a role that requires a long time to be with other people,
Mm. Okay.
right? That it's not like, oh, we have this one great month together. No, I want to work with people for a long time. I love working
Mm.
in teams and groups. And so a long-standing like ensemble, I would love that. That has a huge element of humor to it.
Okay. Okay. I love that. And that's the first time I ever heard that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I want to laugh. I want to laugh for a long time.
Look, so I don't want to talk about another person's project, but have you seen The Naked Gun that just came out?
Oh my gosh, yes. It was hilarious.
Oh my,
Oh,
Naked Gun in general is a huge staple of my dad and me's. I don't know. That's one of the
oh,
movies we
your
bonded with.
relationship.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
and
so sweet.
and so we and so with this new one, he went with us, and he's the best laugher. If there's,
Oh,
yeah, you need him in the
yeah,
audience
I know
to,
exactly what you mean.
yeah.
Yes,
So,
right.
but I was just laughing from the
For a long
beginning.
time.
Yeah, I and didn't stop. And I was telling my girlfriend I miss jokes laughing because I just
Yeah.
couldn't stop.
Hmm.
And so I know I'm gonna check out the movie again. Uh,
Yeah, absolutely.
but
And I'm
yes.
telling you, you're gonna notice something different the second time you see it.
Oh, for sure. Oh yeah. No, yeah, because I like there's going to be little breaks where I'm not laughing continuously. So it'll be
You can hear. You
yes.
can hear what else is happening.
Um,
That is what I missed. I went to see Naked Gun with my husband
yeah.
maybe a week or so ago, and it was so nice
Mm,
to be in a room full of strangers,
mm,
being sat right next to a person I have never met in my life, and we're laughing at the same thing, and we're looking at each other, being like, did they just say that? Did that just happen? Or is that person that's behind us still laughing? Right? It's like having a secret, intimate moment with a stranger
Yeah.
about something silly is so special.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
That's like the be having a role that enables that is the perfect role for me.
For sure. And it's like going to movie theaters, standard acting
Hmm.
theaters, concerts. Like it's always fun when we're all there for the same reason, and we're all a part
Yeah.
of this little group, this community, this whatever, where it's like whatever you follow, you're gonna forget that, and we're gonna do this thing for, I don't know,
We're
two
gonna do
hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so
Exactly. You're all
it's
committed to the same thing. It's
yes,
amazing.
yes, it's so much fun, and it needs to happen more.
We all chose the same kind of therapy for the next 2 hours.
Yes, yes, and begin. So
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about. But thank you again so much. So much fun chatting with you. I hope uh everything goes well, and that you keep staying
Thank
safe and
you.
healthy, okay?
Thank you. Same to you.
Thank you.
And maybe you will become a teacher.
You know, yeah, I'd be lying if I wasn't sitting here thinking maybe I could teach like film stuff. I don't know.
Hey,
Uh
you absolutely could. You already are teaching people. You have a podcast. This is already like this is a form of teaching. It's just different than what you experienced as a kid.
I guess I don't know. Who knows? I'll ponder more.
Think about it.
Yes, I will have to think about it. But until then, you have a wonderful rest of your day. Okay.
Thanks so much, Chris. Bye.
Bye bye.